Alright, and here we are with Devil May Cry 4. For those of you watching on YouTube, be glad you managed to miss most of the excellent technical difficulties of me figuring out how to get the game on capture. And then also having to restart the computer because I needed to update some drivers. But yeah, here we are, Devil May Cry 4. Probably my second favorite Devil May Cry game so far, right after 3. I'd say the core gameplay in Devil May Cry 4 is probably the best it's ever been, but there are a whole bunch of just little bits that put it slightly below 3 for me, which well, we'll get into it as we play. We're also playing the special edition, which I had to do a rather annoying thing in that I guess with the special edition, one of the things the devs just decided is fuck save slots, because if you start the game, that's pretty much it. So you're not gonna be able to swap between save slots, and well, I've played this game before, so I basically had to go into the files, extract my save from there, and basically put it somewhere else until I'm done with the stream. Then I'll put my regular save file back in. So, but yeah, right now it's basically acting as if it were a clean a save. So, well, proper story mode is play as Nero Dante. Well, what that means, well, we'll get into that. So let's get in there and select our costume. We'll just go with the default for now. What do you mean it stopped? Are you talking about the stream, or hopefully you mean your headache? Oh, what happened? Oh, wow, that happened for me too. Hang on. Okay, if it refreshed for me and it looks good, how about you guys? Okay, yeah, that somehow managed to be a problem for me too. Alright. So, I was basically explaining, just some issues with, for whatever reason, the special edition of Devil May Cry 4 only comes with one save slot, so I basically had to, go in the actual files of the game, take my regular save out, and put it, somewhere else for the sake of the stream. And, well, other than that, well, we're just getting into the game for now. Explain things as we go on. And then just select the regular costume. And, instead of the basic, normal, easy, normal, hard, all that, they decided to give it, different names and stuff. So, human is easy, Devil Hunter is hard, and Legendary Dark Knight is its own thing. I might get into that later, but basically it turns the game into Dynasty Warriors with the number of enemies on screen. But, yeah, we'll just be going on Devil Hunter for now. And automatic off, because I'd rather play the game, and I'll leave the tutorial on just so I have some moment to explain some of the mechanics and stuff.
Devil May Cry.
And I just noticed my mouse is in the way. Yeah, the soundtracks in these games are great. Also, for those of you watching this first time, this is not Dante. A completely different white-haired demon-fighting man, I swear. We'll get into that later. I say that a lot, don't I? And there's the logo. Oh, okay. Are they gonna know I'm streaming in here? Well, yeah, that's how you get your style ranking up. Handicap yourself and your ranking goes up so much more. It's quadruple S. Yeah, look, he was here the entire time. Oh, and who is that there on the rooftop? He sure looks familiar. You know, you're probably right. I'm probably just imagining it.
Despite his brave efforts in our names, I fear some have forgotten the truth of that great sacrifice. If the events of that terrible time were to reoccur, the fusing of both the demonic and human realms, we, weak humans, would have no means by which to oppose our submission. And so I ask you to unite and pray.
And as you can see, our protagonist here is one of the rare cases of the male tsundere.
Were to revisit us, our gracious savior would shelter us from the storm. Let us pray.
Nero, what's wrong?
And I forgot subtitles.
But it's not over yet.
All this preaching's putting me to sleep.
Now you know he's the protagonist when he's voiced by Johnny Young Bosch. Oh, hey Dante, how you doing? Pretty good? Okay. I would also just like to point out that this is a church that worships Sparta. Dante is the son of Sparta. This is basically the equivalent of if one day in the Vatican, Jesus just dropped through the roof and shot the Pope in the face. That's how freaking nuts this looks to these people. Yeah, that, assuming they know who Dante is. No, but seriously, how fucked would the situation be if that, like, one day that just happened? What would the Pope have been doing for Jesus to have done that? Or you know, maybe that it's not a bad thing. Maybe we just have a very, like, far more romantic view of how the rapture will be than how it actually will be. When the rapture comes, Jesus will just come down and go ramble on all the righteous people. I'm trying not to talk when anyone else is talking because I forgot the subtitles like a moron. Oh yeah, hitting motherfuckers with another motherfucker is always a valid tactic. Nice 2-for-1 deal of damage.
I will return with help. You stall him until then.
I won't hold my breath.
And of course, the cutscenes are as nuts as always, if not more so.
You got a jacked up notion of fair play, pal. And it's beginning to piss me off.
Loading. Loading, great. Mission 1, Birds of a Feather. Face off against the mysterious assassin. Oh gee, I wonder whoever he could be. Wow, it's such a mystery. I think it might be Jester. Alright, now let's see. Can I get to the subtitles from here? Nope. I don't know what that means, Mom. Okay, I'm gonna start. And then, like, probably immediately, like hit pause so I can find the subtitles. So yeah, guns work the same, all that. Like, systems. Options. Exit. Subtitles. On. This is even worse because I started the stream on this menu and I didn't notice they were off. Okay. Old man Halo Spaz learning the internet lingo. But yeah, here we are, Devil May Cry 4, playing as Nero, and our first enemy, of all people, is fucking Dante. The intro of this game is fucking nuts. I think it might actually be my favorite one out of all the games. But yeah, Nero's gun, Blue Rose, basically works exactly the same as Ebony and Ivory, if not, like, a little slower. And, you know, to make up for the fact that it's just one gun, it's dual-barreled, just to make it that extra bit of cool. Yeah, here's just the basic stuff we gotta learn. Oh, and if you screw up, Dante will let you know. Yeah, I'm playing the main campaign this game, and we're not Dante. How nuts is that? Yeah, I do think this got, like, a sort of mixed reception when the game initially came out. Like, I think the best comparison is probably, like, Raiden in Metal Gear Solid 2, and that, like, you know, nowadays people are more accepting of it, but, you know, back then where people are like, why can't I play Dante? Because that's what the average DMC fan sounds like, of course. And of course, side rolling, the same as always. not much to say right now until we get into more of the like more unique situation, combat abilities Nero has compared to Dante. That may be the one time you see a weapon reloaded in the series.
I guess this doesn't quite.
Wait, no, the lady had a pretty cool reloading scene in DMC3. Never mind.
What's the point of packing a sword like that if you aren't even gonna use it?
And of course, Dante's as much of a cheeky bastard as always. But yeah, here's Nero's sword, the Red Queen. Well, this technically isn't the Red Queen, it's just a sword that's like the same model, but it works the same for now. Here's this basic combo, a little different from Dante's. I will say I think the like transition from Nero to Dante worked a little better than from Dante to Nero worked better than like a Snake to Raiden did, because well, for one, like Nero plays differently. He's a bit more like beginner friendly, though at the same time, if you're really getting his moveset, there's a lot as much like depth I feel there as Dante. Well, maybe not as much, but that's just because Dante's gameplay is really deep. I should probably also bring up that one thing this game did is like accidentally just really make the Devil May Cry timeline really confusing. Because like the way it is, like first game, Devil May Cry 1, it's the only game, so at that point timeline just 1. Then DMC 2 comes out, it takes place afterwards, so timeline's 1, 2. Then 3 comes out, it's a prequel, alright, 3, 1, 2, not that confusing. Then 4 comes out, and they still didn't want to really address that 2 exists, so they make it take place after 1, but like before 2. So now the timeline is the very confusing 3, 1, 4, 2. And with the release of Devil May Cry 5, they're finally going to have a game that takes place after the AM second game. So in the end, the continuity of the series is 3, 1, 4, 2, 5. It's very confusing. But anyways, back to the gameplay. Here we got High Roller. It's High Time, just with a different name. And Dante's making it very hard to do tutorials on him. Stay put, you son of a demon. It's not even an insult, that's accurate. And Dante has all his moves that he normally have, so that's fun.
You got a trick up your sleeve. I thought the cat had your tongue. It's a trick you're looking for. Looks like you two are.
So yeah, that cast wasn't really hiding a broken arm so much as it was hiding Nero's demon arm, the Devil Bringer, which is pretty much the big unique thing about Nero's playstyle compared to Dante. It is really fun to use. Which, well, for now it's basically like just grab moves, which against Dante and normal beings is just this basic like slam down move, but once you face more types of enemies, it'll get a lot more interesting. It also uses what would normally be the style button that Dante used. Yeah, the Devil Bringer's really cool.
So, you're looking to play, huh? Alright, I guess I got some time to kill.
Also, for once, Dante has the same voice actor as he did in the previous game. He's still voiced by Ruben Langdon from Devil May Cry 3, though I think he does a good job at making Dante sound a little bit older, like compared to DMC3 where he's like anywhere from like 18 to 20. Here I think Dante's like in his 30s. Dante's the freaking best. Though Nero isn't really one to slouch on the cockiness either.
Whatever you say, kid.
So yeah, now we actually fight for real. Oh, and I'm ruining everything already. And I just realized I don't have this stinger move. And I'm very annoyed that that's still a move, a basic move that you still have to buy at this point. I sincerely hope that in Devil May Cry 5 they just start you off with the stinger, or in Nero's case I believe it's the streak, that's the name of it, yeah. Oh man, I'm gonna be so off my game with like not all the moves unlocked. So yeah, first fight against Dante here, not too difficult. It's basically just you getting used to controls at this point. Getting the stab quota filled early this game.
Getting better. I would even go as far as to say that I underestimated your abilities. You aren't human, are you?
Kind of half and half.
You and them.
Oh no, turns out the first guys aren't so good.
Something different from the others. What are you talking about? You will come to learn the meaning soon enough. But
Also, in case you haven't noticed, I'd like to point out that Dante's wearing freaking chaps in his DMC4 design.
adios, kid.
Because, like, what else would he wear? This absolutely crazy man. Oh, I did decent. And, if I found the orbs found thing about like the previous, like, DMC games, to be an annoying thing for the end of mission, ranking, here they decided to make it, like, even more annoying, whereas, like, in the previous game, pretty much any orbs you got would count towards that, whereas in here, it's only the orbs you find, like, not from defeating enemies, so if you want to get an S rank on the mission, like, every time you go through it, you gotta keep breaking all the same, like stuff in the environment, or, like, finding all the hidden red orbs every time. It's genuinely very annoying. I think they might be getting rid of it in 5, I hope so. And here we have the Proud Souls, which is a different way of how we're gonna be leveling stuff up. I'll show it off once we actually start unlocking new moves and stuff.
You brought this here for me?
Kratos requested. She yearns for your touch.
Hint, hint.
This blade's the best battle companion a swordsman could wish for.
You missed the hint.
Fortuna Castle, huh?
That's what the witnesses said.
Guy just came from hell. He's gotta hit up a couple tourist sites.
Just so lightly in a time of crisis?
Also, in case Kratos' voice actor is like just one of those voices, like he sounds familiar, but you're not quite sure where you've heard him from. He's T.J. Bertolo, I believe his name is. He voices Frank West in all the good Dead Rising games.
There's no time.
And I might as well mention that Kyrie is voiced by Stephanie Sheh, I believe is how you pronounce it. I don't know like pretty much jack shit about Bleach, but I believe Johnny Young Bosch and Stephanie Sheh also voiced the main lead and love interest in that show too, so bit of a coincidence or maybe like intentional casting decision there.
Someone help me!
Also, very good job at hiding your arm, Nero. I'm sure no one will question your glowing fingertips.
Is this him?
I'm not sure.
Credo, take care of Kyrie. I got this.
We must evacuate the residents back to headquarters. Report back as soon as you can, and be careful.
I got it already.
Gideon, run! Go with the others!
So right there, I'm kind of curious, like, was Kyrie just doing like the standard, oh, I'm just gonna shield this child with my body thing? Or did she actually know, like, hey, if I put myself in danger, Nero's probably gonna save me? Because if she did the second thing, that's actually pretty freaking smart. Good job on her end. I shall use my own damsel powers to protect the weak. Yeah, unfortunately, like, unlike a lot of the other female leads in the series, Kyrie doesn't really get a lot of, like, action, well, any action moments. She is, like, purely, like, civilian, human, just, like, damsel, so... I still like her, but hopefully, like, she gets more development in later games. I wouldn't mind that. In this game, she's more just like a plot device, unfortunately. Mission 2, La Porte de l'Empire. I'm pretty sure that a 100% accurate pronunciation there. Like, if you want to know how to say that, just say it exactly like I did. So let's get into leveling up. So, the way the Proud Souls thing is, instead of the normal of in the previous games where you buy moves with just your red orbs, and here you use these things called Proud Souls, which are separate from your red orbs. You still use those to buy items and stuff. The Proud Souls, they how it works is you can buy moves with them, but you can also like refund moves if you feel you're not really using it that much and you want to get the souls back to get another move. But also, pretty much every time you buy one move, the price of all the other moves goes up, so you're gonna want to plan ahead. So, let's see. Lots of stuff on offer here. Especially compared to DMC 3. Like, just look at all this stuff you can get. Okay, first of all, get Streak. It's Nero's Stinger version. Like, I was basically pressing that button on instinct that entire Dante fight, and you cannot imagine the frustration I felt every time it didn't happen. Let's see. Charge Shot, also a very broken move once you get it like all the way up to level 3, and even like by the time you get at level 2, I think it's very busted as well. Let's see what else. Table Hopper, since the B button is used up by Nero's Devil Bringer, he doesn't really get any styles, so no trickster stuff. This is the closest you're gonna get if you basically like dodge at the perfect time, and if you level it up, you can do more dodges. Speed, basically you just start running faster during like peaceful moments. Good if you just want to traverse faster. Max Act, well, we'll get more into that once I explain more how the Red Queen works. Get more orbs. I hope I don't have to explain that. Enemy Step, it's the same as the other games, just jump on enemies. Air Hike, again, it's the same, except finally they made it a universal move instead of like tied to any one of your weapons. You can air hike using any weapon. Though with Nero, that's not really much of a problem because he only has. Nero doesn't swap weapons actually. He only uses like Red Queen, Devil Bringer, and all that. Everything he's gonna use, he has like readily available to him at all times. But yeah, let's see. Can't really get anything more for Red Queen. Might get Charge Shot. I'll get Speed. That's more useful than you imagine. At least for just breaking up some tedium. And items, all the same stuff. Pretty much only going to be getting like blue orbs and later purple orbs once we get our DT. So let's get into this. I'll explain more of the intricacies of Nero's playstyle. Now we actually have an on-screen map as well, so if you ever get lost in where you're going, it's pretty useful. Lock-on's the same. We got our basic enemies, the Scarecrows. And, oh, also, my favorite so far battle theme in the entire series, well, it's also the main theme of the game. Like, I believe the version we're hearing right now is called Lock and Load, but as the main theme, it's called Shall Never Surrender. Which I prefer the full theme song, but it's all good all around. It also has my favorite unintentionally hilarious opening line to any song ever. Like, just listen. In case you couldn't understand that, the line was, "The time has come, and so have I." The inner child in me is giggling feverishly. It is absolutely amazing in how just... how like just perfectly trigger the immature like sense of humor deep within me. What am I saying deep within me? It's blatantly obvious. Green orbs, and wow, getting a lot more orbs than I did in the previous mission. Now we got like a peaceful moment here. I'll explain a bit more of how Nero Sword Red Queen works. Basic combo. That's all we pretty much got on the ground right now. We got Streak, which is Stinger, except it's also got much, since it's a swing instead of a stab, much larger, like, arc about it. Likely hit more than one enemy with it if they're grouped together. High Roller, it's basically high time. And unlike Dante, who needs Swordmaster to use Aerial Rave, Nero has it as a default. So, Nero has much easier ability to fight in the air. But the main thing about Red Queen is you can rev it up to 3 levels, and once you do that, you get upgraded versions of Nero's normal moves. Right now, the moves we have will only use up 1 slot of the charge. But we can unlock versions that are more powerful, but they basically use up the entire charge you use if you charge it all the way up to 3. So like with Streak, that's what it's called. Get a much like stronger version of it, of all the fire effects and all that. Same with High Time, like lots of spins. So. But as you might notice, just sitting here and revving it up like this, a little bit slow. Luckily, there is another method you can use to charge it up. Time a swing just right, and hit the charge button, you can fill up 1 slot immediately. So, a large part of mastering Nero's playstyle is figuring out the timing on all his moves, on where you can like fill up all the Red Queen's exceed gauges like mid combo. I'm not perfect at it, and later on, like you saw that move we couldn't buy Max Act. If you get like basically like pixel perfect timing, you can fill up the entire exceed gauge with one swing. I think I'm not sure if I've ever done that though. It is very difficult timing. Gold orbs, basically like the same they were in like whichever mode I used in DMC3. I forget which one it was, but they basically just revive you on the spot if you wanna. Otherwise, you go back to checkpoint. So, yeah, sealed doors, same as always, though I don't think they attack you now. They don't, that's amazing. I love it. Oh, my dreams have come true.
What'd you say?
And of course, Nero has his own set of taunts that change as you go up in like different style ranks. And once you hit the S rank, Nero gets the absolute best taunt in the series. If you played this game before, you know which taunt I'm talking about. Hopefully I'll be able to show it off at some point. At least the demons are having a good time. Look at them, they're dancing all around. Having a nice little party out in the streets. But, yeah, here's probably a good example to show off the speed upgrade I got. Like, here's like, you'll see very quickly Nero's speed picks up, like, he just immediately just starts sprinting, which is basically the speed upgrade I got. Like, whenever you're not in a fight and just running around, Nero will, like, go much faster. In the original version of DMC4, I think the timing between when you just normally start running around and then start hitting the speed upgrade is much shorter, but in Special Edition, which is what I'm playing, it basically kicks in immediately, which is very nice. Hey, if I can't spell on in streams normally, no one can, because that's how things work. Yeah. And apparently now is when they decide to tell us how the camera works, and even though I'm pretty sure we've had moments where we can move the camera around freely before. Perfect timing.
What the hell?
I appreciate how Nero's reaction to his arm, like, bursting with an obscene amount of power is just, I really respect that. So here we have the Evil Legacy. Crystal holding the power of an ancient evil has the ability to awaken a new power within. Basically, an upgrade to our Devil Bringer, which allows us to use the Hellbound move, which is that and also the Snatch move, which I'll get into once we actually face some enemies. This is basically like a traversal move that the Devil Bringer brings us. There basically points around the map where if we lock onto them and use the Devil Bringer, we'll basically like just launch ourselves across the room. So it's basically also adds another key element to use of the Devil Bringer combat. So basically, not locking on and just use the Devil Bringer, we use the regular Buster move to grab enemies and do moves on them. But if we lock on, we instead use the Snatch move, which, for one, you can use it to grab far off items like that. Or in combat, if we lock on the enemy and use the Snatch move against them, then we'll pull the enemy towards us, which is a very nice move. Like a lot of a big problem you might find in the combat in this game is you'll be launching enemies far away from you with like each combo, and so you'll be wasting time getting closer to them so you can start the combo back up. But here, once you launch an enemy away, instead you can just pull them right back to you, or if certain enemies, pull yourself towards them. But yeah, the Devil Bringer is a big part of why I really enjoy Nero's moveset. It just adds a whole bunch of like convenience to how he plays. And yeah, I can launch you like far distances, like depending on where the launch points are. Here we have a secret mission, which I'm pretty sure is the first time in the series it's just flat out pointed out to us. And this one is just defeat the enemies as fast as you can. Very basic, but pretty good introduction to people who might not know how they work. But yeah, you can see right there, as soon as I launched that enemy down, I was able to pull him right back up with a Snatch move. It is a very nice move. I should probably stop trying to style so much since I'm on a time limit, but it just feels too good to do it. And look at that, already at an S rank, which a bit harder to do in this game than it was in like DMC 3, I think, though it's also easier to maintain, like it doesn't drain as fast. I should probably, again, stop taunting and focus on what I'm supposed to be doing. And there we go, first secret mission done quite well. Ah, darn it, I wasn't able to pull off the S rank taunt I wanted to. But yeah, same as always, gives us blue orb fragments. Unlike, I don't really know where all the secret missions and blue orbs are in this game compared to DMC 3, so don't expect me to be getting as much. Unless I pull like a walkthrough or something. Yeah, pretty good chance to show off the Snatch move if you didn't do the secret mission. And here's where they explain it to you if you haven't figured it out yourself. Also, unlike DMC3, where the taunts put your style gauge up in like basically like one big chunk once the taunt finished, here it basically gradually increases as you're doing the taunts. So I actually kind of prefer how it goes in DMC3 because I don't know, I just feel this one goes up too slow, but that still works fine. Wait, damn it! Really want to pull off the one taunt. Like at the end of the fight, it basically sends me back to like no rank or C rank taunts. Oh, and also here's where it decides to explain the exceed mechanic, which, well, I already did, so we'll just be going right past that. Fuck these watermelons. Probably like demonic or something. Watermelons are the devil's fruit. Right, here we go. Red Orb Crystal. Exactly as they did in previous games. Just wail on them. Get more and more red orbs. Oh, lore fragment. Didn't even mean to find that. Shows what it pays off to just explore a little. Though I do believe there's also some stuff I can get by jumping up here. Yep, some hidden red orbs, but also I think if I jump on top, there's also some more orbs or maybe even a okay. Oh, I forgot I don't freaking have air hike, so I don't think I'm gonna be able to get up there. Damn it. Yep. I'm not gonna get up there. But if you get a chance and you have air hike, I'd recommend going up there. I do think there's a thing you can get. A lot of these just standard scarecrows are getting their own introduction though. Maybe this might be the introduction to the leg scarecrows. They're not that different from the arm ones, just they have the blades on their legs. Like, I think they might have a slightly different moveset. I never really paid attention that much. Oh, damn it. I think B rank is like the most consistent I get with the rankings in this game. Like, I generally get have far easier time getting my rankings up in the MC3 than in 4, I think. So I still try my hardest. Okay, my hardest. This isn't that good. So right now, maybe I'll improve during the stream. Maybe I'll be worse. We'll see. Devil May Cry, where all your problems can be solved by breaking stuff. I don't think Nero even expected that to work. Like, I think he was just genuinely proud of himself for shooting an inanimate object. What a dork. Oh, and I ran right back into it like a fool. Sorry if my combos are a little like repetitive right now, it's just I don't have a lot of moves in my moveset yet. I think hopefully later on, once I get more moves, I'm finding different types of enemies. Well, combat will look a little more varied. And now the bridge is lowered, so we can go over here. And here the game explains taunting thus if you didn't know how it worked. There we go. Wanted to get off Exceed version of Streak because that's just a very nice move. Right. Yes, here it is! Best taunt in series! Nero is fucking air guitaring in the middle of battle, and it actually plays music, and your taunt meter goes up the entire time. Like this, that taunt will go on like forever until you interrupt it. It's fantastic.
What'd you say?
I love it so much, and it's gonna be back in Devil May Cry 5, and I'm so happy. Also, I think the music that it plays is like actually a like electric guitar version of the total results screen from DMC2, or at least I've been told. I tried to erase as much of DMC2 from my memory, so I couldn't tell you if that's accurate or not. Here we have the combat adjudicators, same as like they were in DMC3. The only difference is you can use pretty much anything you want against them, so a lot easier to get your style up against them. That will only need me to get up to B rank. I think I already have like 3 blue orb fragments, so that's nice. And here we got the divinity statues. Get all your upgrades and stuff. And I think I will... I completely forgot about the Proud Souls, and I was excited about getting new moves because I got so many red orbs. And now I'm just disappointed. So I guess I'll just get a blue orb then. And maybe a second blue orb. And a third one. Wait, what? Oh, I thought both of... I thought for a second both my red orbs and my Proud Souls were at 69. I'm an adult.
Let me guess. More demons.
Be a little disappointed if there weren't. As a rather small amount of demons than that if that was all of them. Alright, yeah, cool to meet you, dude. You do your own thing. I'll just be on my way then. Oh wait, shit, I'm supposed to stop you.
Fire's bad for the complexion. I burn easily. Never tan.
When I came to this world 2,000 years ago, there was no such human as the likes of you.
Want to make it another 2,000?
I think that's the one time Nero uses the Red Queen to stab something. Like, I think it's a sword generally built more for swinging than stabbing, like compared to like Rebellion or something. Are there different hells? Like, is there an ice hell, a plant hell, cotton candy hell? Yeah, here's our first boss. It's Belial, I forget. Like, well, that's the thing, because it's like one of those things in Japanese where they meant to translate it like one way, but like the whole LR thing got confused, I think. But yeah, pretty easy boss. Just dodge his attacks like I'm not doing, and try to wail on him as much as you can. And once his flames go out, use your buster for sick-ass finisher moves. Look at that shit, it's amazing. And if you use the one in the air, it puts you in a perfect spot to use the ground finisher on him too. And that is why the Devil Bringer is goddamn amazing. Like, its uses against bosses is like always over the top. And the game never tells you about it. You just have to figure it out for yourself, which I think is goddamn amazing. Oh, darn it. Unfortunately, that shockwave attack is a little hard to dodge, in my opinion. But yeah, basically have to figure out on your own that when bosses are basically stunned like that, you use your Devil Bringer on them for like extra flashy, extra damage finishing moves. And they always look goddamn amazing. I think that's the best part of just playing as Nero. These like like in like a Platinum's games, these would be like the QTE finisher moments, like in like Bayonetta or something. Oh darn! I used the ground one. I wanted to use the air one. Wait, maybe I can't still use the air one? Yes! Gotcha.
Don't ask. Damn thing drives me crazy, though.
You are just like he was.
And he would be...
I must restore my power.
And for our victory against Periel, we get absolutely nothing, except these red orbs, I guess. Yeah, like I said, Nero does not get new weapons from the demons he defeats. He's basically stuck with, like, Red Queen for the entire game. There is one more weapon, but it's not quite the same sort of way you do, like, swap out weapons for Dante. Well, I'll explain once we get to it. I will say, for as much as I gripe about the whole orbs found thing, I do like that they took out the damage thing as a matter of ranking you. Like you do get a bonus if you go through the entire mission with no damage, but finishing the fight with like on the brink of death won't bring down your style ranking either, and I really like that. So let's well, let's move on to the next one, but for now I'm gonna stop the recording and then we'll start the next part in just a moment.